The LDM Show.
Are we doing this? Really? Wait for it. Are we doing this? Wait for it. Pow! What the fuck? WTF. And it's also, what the fuck? What's wrong with me? It's time for WTF. What the fuck?
What's going on, New York City? We're back, and yes, it is the WTF Moment. This is the LDM Show on Niteline Radio. And get your phones ready, 646-797-3106. When we ask you to call and ask your opinion, you can call it in, all about the WTF Moment. Not about last week, not about weeks coming up. Anyway, let's get this going. I want to introduce our PR / employment over here, staff members here.
I'm Mr. Network.
He's
that's
like
what
everything.
You call me.
The network person.
Yeah, I know, that's right.
William here. We got our social media, debate person here. You want to debate? This is the person to go with. Spoken words. Rose here. And of course, my co-host, The Essence, and myself, Charles. So let's get this going, guys. This WTF Moment, let's cut everyone that needs to be cut. What you got? What you got, Will?
Me?
Yeah, what you got today?
Well, right now, the one thing I'm only on my mind right now is the James Bond movie. I'm waiting for it. I'm hyped for it. It's supposed to be the last one with Daniel Craig in it. And
James Bond, really?
that's the only on my mind right now.
Really? That's a
tomorrow.
WTF moment right there. How many James Bond movie they gonna really do?
How many WTF
You know what I'm saying?
Infinite.
Tell me about it.
I mean, only
the
thing
Tom
about
Can
it-
they change his name once?
Well, that's what
Jimmy Bonds or something?
Never. Why, Jimmy? What's swap about Jimmy?
I don't know. I'm just saying, James Bond has been played out. What you think?
Well, they want to make him
No,
black,
that's the
and
point,
they
though. That's what
got
makes
rid of that
money.
too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Right?
You can't
They
do
said he
black
was too
James
hood.
Bond.
They said he was too hood.
It's
He
not
was
a
too
hood
hood?
thing. There's nothing
Idris.
It's
about
not like they were getting DMX or somebody. What do you mean too hood?
That's what they said.
Look,
They should have got DMX because he was shot. Shot from the inside.
no, that'd just be redoing the 50 movie then.
Oh, okay. So-
You can't have black James Bond at all, because when you do black James Bond, it doesn't make sense. Every James Bond movie, it's James Bond, right? People were mad when James Bond went blonde. Look, you're gonna do a black James Bond. You can't make him James Bond. You have to make him 007. Period. Like, he'll be the new agent. James Bond died, retired, whatever it is.
You know what? I think I'm going
James
to
Bond.
talk to a couple of sponsors and we're going to make a Bronx one, 009 or something.
No, it wasn't like
00BX.
Wasn't Shaft supposed to be like
That'd
the
be
black
kinda
James
interesting.
Bond?
We could do that.
Was that?
Wasn't Shaft supposed to be the black James Bond?
I
It
don't
was
know.
Idris or Idris.
Idris.
Yes.
Idris?
Yeah.
She knew your name. Don't worry about it. She just-
I
She
definitely
just knew he was
know.
fine.
yeah, don't be calling him.
I don't need to know his name.
Yeah,
what I'm talking about.
She just care how you look. So don't call in and be like, hey,
Basically.
why is she messing up my name? But anyway, it doesn't matter. You ain't going to be James Bond anyway. So, but seriously, think about it. 00BX. Maybe, you know. we have some-
00BX?
Yeah, we have somebody in the Bronx. I mean, like, well, we got those.
Just remix.
But they called corner watchers right now. So,
I can't.
well, we got them, but they just corner watchers right now for now. Give them a job. They good in hiding stuff. So right? I'm saying. So Rose, what you got? What we're talking about with you?
All right. So Thursday the 29th, we got the emerging piano district that that's going on. So Thursday the 29th, Naomi Campbell, Kendall Jenner, W Magazine, they was all up in the South Bronx throwing a party. It was so poppin'. It was lit. It was the place to be. And they had
Really?
they had like art. Yeah, right. That's what I was saying. Like, and W Magazine posted this article, and they were like, Brooklyn's out, the Bronx is in. And I'm just reading this shit like, where the fuck y'all been at? Like, where you been?
Well, the Bronx.
Where you been?
The Bronx been happening since it's been the Bronx, I guess. Even with the bandit buildings, it was happening.
Right, and like to speak on that, when the whole Bronx is burning, like they had artwork at this party, basically like garbage, just like messed up thing, and the whole look is like, oh, the Bronx is ghetto, but it's chic at the same time, and it's like dangerous, but it's got this like, it's kind of like, yo,
It seemed
where
like they were
y'all
borderline
been?
trying to make a diss us somehow in there.
Always.
That's why they make fun of the Bronx or
Right.
something like that. Well, guess what? The LDM is in the Bronx. So, must be doing something good.
Right?
But all these people coming to the Bronx, celebrities trying to give back. First of all, you've never been here. So
Probably never
how
even
you
heard
wanna
of
get
it.
that?
That's what I'm
either.
saying.
You know what I'm
Probably
saying?
never even heard of the Bronx.
Bronx.
Yeah. Well, they heard of the Bronx because they watched, the
that
big
Bronx
mafia
County?
movies back in the days. No
Yeah.
mentioning because you're not paying us. But,
I agree.
you know those Bronx mafia movies. That's probably how they know us.
Yeah.
But they never been in here.
You know how many times I get asked by people not from here if I've ever been shot?
Yo.
Why? Because you're in the Bronx.
Yeah, I told people I'm from the
Since
Bronx.
elementary school
For
days.
real though, they're like, you
That
ever been
ass.
shot before?
This is really a WTF moment. When you ask me if I got shot. I'll tell you a couple of things. If you see me in the street and asking me if I ever got shot, we'll find out. Because and there we go. That answers your question. We never got shot. Of course, we live in the Bronx doesn't mean nothing. Many people good coming out. Even our guests today are from the Bronx. So guess what? Good things come out from the Bronx.
A lot of things come out.
Yeah, I know that's right.
Yeah,
That's
you
where it
know
all
that's right. You
started.
can say it again. You know that's right.
Yeah, I know that's right.
So that's how it goes. But WTF moment here, we like it or you don't like it, but you still got to agree with me because this is our show.
So bossy, man.
Hey, that's how it is. You agree or you don't, but you're gonna have to love it because this is the LDM show and we talk what it really is about. We don't no hold bars, right? I guess we don't hold no bars. So Lisa Campbell's and everybody else that came, I'm happy. Anyway, that's But the Bronx is more than just bandit buildings or what you think. Good families
It's
come
an
out.
amazing place to live.
I think
It
so.
really is.
Can I just
It's
say
in
no
its
doubt.
own
You're from the
section
Bronx?
all my life.
All my
Born
life.
and
You're from
raised.
the
All my
Bronx,
life, all my
right?
life.
Educated, pretty, and moving up.
Oh, she had to throw the
Pretty about right.
Yeah.
But can I just say real quick, from the Bronx is the Yankees, and when they get to the World Series, they actually finish up. So
Yeah.
it's real. Just
What?
real
Throwing
quick.
shots. He throwing
Well,
shots now.
He did not mention the Mets. Oh, did I say that?
Yo, how do you sweep the third best team in baseball after they beat the second and first and lose to the
they
Kansas?
lose.
It's Kansas
Yo,
City. Like you just
I
royally
will.
screwed up. You
Can't do it,
amazingly disappointed every fan.
No. That should have been your WTF moment.
I just did it right now.
We're gonna go right back up to Will about that. But it's true. And I was just telling my brother, shout out to Lancaster, the Williams Gonzalez family. But we were saying about that, and I was saying, you know what? It's gonna be like the Puerto Rican parade with the flags. Now everybody puts their flags away because now you're gonna put all the Mets things away.
Where's the blue and orange right now? I know
haven't
nobody's
seen-
wearing Knicks
Well,
jerseys. It was all Mets.
Lightline Radio.
Nightline.
Lightline Radio, we got blue and orange, but it wasn't meant for the Mets. So do not wait for me outside and say why you got. It wasn't meant for that. Okay. Well, that was way before the Mets even thought about coming in the World Series.
If you ever see me in blue and orange, it's because I'm a true blue New Yorker and my basketball team is the Knicks, ride or die, and it's mostly die. So I understand you Mets fans on that front, but still,
Yeah.
never for the Mets.
But don't get me wrong, Mets, you guys are good people. Hater. All right, now that I said that nice thing, 'cause I guess they had to pay me to say that the Mets were nice. I'm not really a Mets fan, so I can't really. Diehard Yankee fan. Father took me to the Yankee Stadium, the nosebleeds section, come back with a sore throat. Type of thing. Yo, Dad, what's up with that? You never took me to the first floor. We'll talk about that later. So what's up with you? What's going on now?
I'm taking it I'm taking it to the other side.
Oh, you're going to the other side?
I came across this. This is Twinkle Tush. And it's a glittery jewelry for the anus of a cat.
Heck,
And here's
no.
a picture of it. Yes.
What a time.
So, yeah. That's
For
my moment.
your cat.
Yes.
In the
For the cat
Blue Maximum.
lovers.
For
I
the
know who
cat.
you are, too.
You know what?
Yep.
At least you're not looking at the butthole anymore. Do they have a
But
line
who
for
looked at
dogs?
the butthole in the first place?
No, it's not.
It's there, it's there.
Cat do this
It's
thing.
there, though.
See, I had a cat, and cats do this thing where like if
They
you don't give them what they
stretch.
want, they literally they turn around and they lift up their tail kind of
Yes.
like to flash you. So now you got this jewelry thing there. At
Well-
least it's something shiny.
Well, us Puerto Ricans, we call dale un chancleta. we just chancleta his butt over there. The heck you gonna show your butt and I'm gonna get a jury for you too? What you think? You the one that bring it up, talking about jury in the butthole.
I don't know. I love jewelry. I love glitter.
In the butthole.
No.
I'm still thinking that.
Privilege.
No, not at all.
Walking with your cat all lindo in the street.
That
talking
would be
about,
me. Not
"Did
for
you see
nothing. That
his
would be
jewelry?"
me, though. That would be me. It's so me.
Oh my
It's
God.
so me.
I don't understand what. And if he makes millions off of that, I'm in the wrong business.
Yo, the Snuggie was a brilliant idea. It's like
They could
you're
be
too lazy to come
fashionable.
out the sheet, so you put your arms through, and that made millions. Why not? Glittery? I mean, with pet insurance.
But you
and
know
all these
something?
stupid stuff.
A lot of the times they do a lot of stuff for these cats and the dogs and stuff like
really,
that.
the dogs. The dogs get everything. Like, that's what I'm saying. Is he gonna release a line for dog buttholes next? Like,
really
what's
wouldn't be
going on?
surprised.
A dog.
I really wouldn't be surprised.
A dog.
Rich people
dog
be
version.
bored, son.
For real.
Rich people are bored.
For real.
They
That's what
bored.
it is.
They could get the money down this way.
I'm saying though.
Y'all bored with your money? Give it to us. We'll figure out
We
stupid
here.
ways to waste
No.
it.
We here.
Here's the
Yeah, I
thing.
know
Rich
that's
people
right.
are bored, but they're rich because they don't spend money. So there you go.
Yeah, but a
But
butthole.
what do you-
That's what I gotta
what do
say.
you- how do you explain that to
That's
somebody?
that's actually for like the upper middle class people who just have no
Sounds
children and like
Listen,
want to
yeah.
have like spend all their money on their pets.
That
Okay.
was a psycho moment right there. You know, that little.
It's a psycho idea.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I love that background music right there because that was a psycho moment because
I'm glad you
butthole.
enjoyed it.
That's all I gotta say. That was crazy.
It was more for the jewel, but
For the truth?
for the jewel.
Put it on the tail. I feel like that would be cute, you know? Like,
Oh yeah,
but
that's
they
all.
don't do-
That's all you need is
anything
a
on
tail.
the tail.
Ding,
Yeah, I don't
Either
know.
way, you're looking at the butthole. Because
No, you're not.
with the tail,
You're
it's gonna,
looking at
no,
the butthole.
either with the
No,
tail, it's gonna,
honestly, the WTF moment.
Flush
with the
that
kids
moment
is
right
way-
there.
Oh my
way
God,
too
bro.
much about cat
It is
butthole.
actually on the tail. It's
All right,
on
guys.
the tail.
and it covers the butthole. That's the whole thing.
We're gonna be taking phone calls soon
Oh
about
my
this.
God.
Good night.
We gotta rest.
We're gonna figure out what's going on here. In the WTF moments, we're gonna figure it. But I want to twist it back around, and I want to take a serious moment on a WTF moment. Black, Puerto Rican, Bronx, Brooklyn, whatever. I was on the train. These guys were talking about, oh, I was in jail for 4 years. How long have you been in jail? Oh, you nobody because you're only in jail for. Listen, if you want to take props for something, take props for taking care of your kids. Take props for paying your rent. Take props for having a good job and education. Stop taking props for stupid things like, oh, I was in jail. I got 2 scars. I got this. Well, listen, I've been living in the Bronx since 80s. I got no scars from fighting. Never been in jail for many, many years, and I got shot 304 times. And listen, this is a big WTF moment, but it needs to be addressed and acknowledged that we got to take back. And females, stop taking these idiots because they are not going to go and do and better for their lives because they know you stupid people will take
Yeah,
them.
I know that's
Sorry to
right.
say it like this, but I got to say it like that. If girls get their standards up,
Yes, please.
the guys will
What
pick up their
happened?
standards.
But what happened to them?
That's poetry, baby.
I don't know. That was just my angry WTF moment.
I had an angry one too, but I'll leave that one out.
The answer to what happened was the Magnum condom.
I don't even
Y'all
wanna talk about
females,
that
y'all
one.
females.
Yeah.
What's up with y'all females? Not
Not
y'all.
me.
Let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
But what's up with the females
The new generation,
accepting
maybe?
these people who wear their pants down and stuff like that? And
Okay,
not
one-
doing nothing
It
for their
comes
one-
from
lives?
so many
one-
things,
yeah.
from your upbringing,
It's your
from your
environment.
surroundings, from your homegirls, from, it could come from a lot of things,
Yeah.
yo. But I think really the thing that we need to focus on is bringing up our sisters and educating them properly,
Yes.
and being
True.
there for them. So like, oh, I see my sister, she got, she's with somebody that's in jail. I'm not gonna be like, oh, screw you, you with somebody. I'm gonna talk to her and be like, yo, what's really going on? Like,
Yeah.
you know?
I can understand like if you've been with a person and then he wind up, but not because. And I'm not saying
And
that a
even
lot
then,
of
you
people,
gotta kind of think about. If you're not married, you gotta think about
Right.
that.
But there are good people that came from jail but
Yeah,
came out and said,
of
you know what?
course.
I'ma
I ain't
change.
going back in. But
Right.
these guys in the train were talking about, yeah, I can do that standing up if I do it again and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You're thinking
Okay.
about going back in?
that's the system.
So why they came out? They
That's
should
the
just
system
stayed
for
in
you.
there.
Yeah, that's
Sad.
I don't understand that. Guys, let us know. Tweet us, hashtag WTF Moment at LDM Show, Niteline Radio. Tell us what you think about these WTF moments, and what you think you can accomplish here. I'll find out. Are we allowed to take phone calls right now? Yeah, if you guys think about it, give us a call. 646-797-3106. We're going to talk a little bit about some WTF moments. But like you said, females. And guys, if you're going to wear your pants there, another TF moment, wash your drawers. I'm just saying.
That's not even attractive. That's out of style.
I mean, does
When are they
anybody
gonna go with
actually
it?
know
To
why
each
they
his
do
own.
that? Like,
To each his own.
where
Well-
it started at? The sagging thing started as
Well,
a
in
sign
jail,
to
it
show
started-
that you were just that you kind of rolled that way. Exactly. So if you sag it and you think it's cool, like that's really what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, But guys, seriously, let's pick up our standards and you know, if you want females that have minds like the two females we have right now on our panel, you need to raise up your standards.
Need to raise your mother.
It's sexy to have standards.
Females,
And it's very classy to be grown.
but put it like this. If we're doing the show, the LDM show right now, and we do something that people don't like, wouldn't we raise it up? And
Right.
well, same thing with a female. Why don't you raise up your value so these guys can raise themselves up?
This is very true.
Yeah, but if you don't know standards, then
very true.
what can you...
Because honestly,
If you
not
don't
for
come
nothing,
from
but
that, what
it
can you
starts.
do?
It
Right,
starts with
right.
the female. Start with the female.
It does.
Because
It doesn't start with the female.
Yes,
it starts.
it does.
it does.
Yes, it
Because
does.
if a
Yes, it does.
female does not put up their standards, we don't need to.
Right.
What we need to do?
¿Pa qué?
A man should
Let's
better
say
himself.
Rocky
No,
Road.
a man should better
Nothing.
himself for himself.
¿Para qué?
But they don't do that.
They gonna do it.
No,
You
but
bet-
it doesn't start with the female. It starts with the man actually having standards for
Okay.
himself.
But listen, women give birth to men.
Women's
Oh,
standards
man.
are more
So
important.
much to learn.
Women's
So much
standards
to
Yes.
are way more important.
A man does something
Sorry.
for what? To get the female.
Right.
I'm sorry, that's the kind of man that's whipped.
How are you whipped if you don't have a girl yet?
Hey, but I'm saying.
If you're doing everything to get a girl, like, dude, you're whipped.
That's not what it's
No, but,
about. But at the end
everybody
of the day,
does something to attract the other sex. So if I see Rose in the street and you getting whipped, but if I see Rose in the street or her in the street and I'm dead dirty, bumming all the time, and I talk to her and she starts talking to me,
Right,
then
you
guess
got-
what? I don't need to.
You opened up the door.
I don't even need to
Right.
get dressed tomorrow because
Right.
I know girls are gonna love me like this.
Yuck.
But if they don't, what that does to me makes me want to go take a haircut.
Yeah.
I gotta get this girl. She
Get
only
a
likes
job,
nice.
maybe make some
You know
money.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, it's not even about being clean or being dirty. Like at the end of the day, if you're sagging your pants, you're approaching a woman like, yo, ma, like, like you're approaching the girl like I'm already gonna get her. Goodbye. Like your ego's
Yeah.
all the way up there. Like you
That's
ain't
a
got
turn
no
off,
common
too.
sense.
I call it know your level.
Yep.
Know your level.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta
Amen.
say. Guys and girls, know your level. But again, don't read the book by its cover. Some of these guys that sag are very intelligent and stuff like
And
that.
they're working hard,
Poetic.
and
They're
their
working
first
hard.
priority is not their appearance, is
Exactly.
saving their
It's their
money in
money
their
and
bank and
saving.
their
Pero
family.
recógete los
Yeah.
pantalones.
But if you're coming home at 11 to 12
If you
o'clock in
got
the
a job,
morning,
buy a belt. It's really not that hard. It's not that hard.
What's wrong with coming home at 11, 12 o'clock in the morning?
if you're coming home 11, 12 o'clock in the morning and see a guy sagging in the corner, he's a pharmacist. But anyway, bring your calls in 646-797-3106 anytime you want during the course. But I guess we're going to take a little bit break because we
Guys, come
gotta
on.
have someone talking about. If you just hear the statement, can everybody say it? Lo fuimos. I hope I did it right. You know, just like But that soundboy College Jenner, he just had a good event yesterday. Oh man, I was like, bang,
At Monique's,
bang,
right?
bang. Yeah, and it was good.
What time was the showcase?
Started at 9, finished around 11:30. We stood there till like 12 to 12:30, just jamming, freestyle songs,
Yes.
after party type of thing. But it was a blast, and this guy always entertains. He'll probably be seem a little tired, but then he'll jump in. And then his boy Ricky. Guys, if you have not seen these guys perform, you are missing a lot of things that are going on in the Bronx.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, like Storm, for instance, the voice captures
Phenomenal.
you
Alone. Yeah.
completely.
Phenomenal.
Am I right or am I right?
No, you're right. You're right.
Matter of fact, Rose, you met her.
At Bronx Museum, she sang, and I was like, "Whoa!" And it was crazy because it was like an open mic, but like everybody had their names in the hat, and they
Right.
were only picking 3 people. That was like the De La Bruja perform, right? So they were like, "Alright, we're gonna pick 3 people."
God.
You know what I'm saying? And she was one of them. Like it was written, like it was meant for her to perform that day. Her voice is incredible.
Yeah. And at that time when she sang, I was interviewing. And sorry for the person I was interviewing, but when she sung, I said, "What?" I turned around. I was like, I forgot I was interviewing somebody because that voice was like, "Whoa,
Yeah, it's incredible.
This little lady got that voice."
Yeah.
baby.
You know?
Yeah, baby.
But again,
Ew.
www.theldmshow.com will tell everything that's going on, where you can find us on Niteline Radio, iTunes, all those information, and about Soundboy and Ricky, who's going to come. That's your boy. That's the one you really love,
I
Will.
like when Ricky performs. He's mad crazy, mad energetic. I love it. He just goes. He just goes. I had to record like bad footage of him, whatever.
Yeah,
just to show my friends.
Yeah, I was watching the
man.
videos last night. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, he was on our event, the music
Yeah.
in the gardens, and it was hot, and he was
He's still going.
Brought the fire.
Fuego.
yo. No one. I tell you, when Soundboy and Ricky started performing, there was no person sitting down. And when I mean no person, there was two old elderly people with a walker. They got up and started going like this with the walker. No lie. They were like, oh, because that's how energetic the music was.
Yeah.
And yesterday too, no stand-up crowd, you know. But again, these WTF moments that we have, we're going to be having a whole lot of them. Sorry if it offends you. So, but don't they say if it offends
is what it
you,
is.
It's good.
It's telling you the truth?
It's good, yeah.
If it offends you, it's probably because you feel it's true about you.
It is what it is.
That's right.
You know. But once they get everything up and running, they can give us calls. They can do whatever you want to do.
Hey, I have to be Mr. Producer right now. We gotta
roll this. We gotta roll this. We gotta take commercial breaks. Gotta pay bills. That's how we do. This is the LDM show right here on Niteline Radio.
Hey.
It is rolling again. I gotta steal one line from our next guest. We're going to commercial break. So, Lo Fuimo! LDM show. We'll be right back.
Hey, you've been watching the LDM show? Let us know what you think about this episode. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. We value your opinion, so please let us know.